Hey, fifth grade, it's Mrs. Jordan with ELA 2. So today I'm working on the spelling workbook with you. I would like you to grab your spelling workbook. If you need to pause your video right now to go grab it, that's fine. And then you just press play when you come back. Okay, so your spelling workbook. I would like you to open, please, to page 14. Okay? So on page 14, we are going to be working on Unit 1 spelling words. So all of your Unit 1 spelling words have a long A and a long E sound. You can always find the theme for the week right here. Okay, that's our pattern that we're doing for the week. Okay, so the first page in every single unit is usually a sorting page where you are sorting out the words as you are writing them. Okay, so what we are going to do today is we're going to go ahead and do this page together. So I'm going to go through all of your spelling words because maybe you don't know what they mean. Okay, Spelling City also goes through those words with you. If you click on Spelling Teach Me, it'll go through the words with you and give you a sentence example to go with it too. Okay, so word number 1 is the word operate. Operate means to operate a piece of equipment. Maybe you know how to operate a lawnmower or something like that. It can also mean to operate something, if you were a surgeon and you would operate on a patient. Okay, claim. If you claim something, say that you lost your coat, you could claim it in the lost and found. It means it belongs to you. Needle. Hear the long E sound in needle. Beneath. Foggy. Gasoline. It's really gasoline, but it has the word line in it, so you can remember that when you take your test. 80. Freight. Freight is a word that can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes it's confused with the word fright. Freight has an E in it. If we took out the E, then it would be the word fright. Complete. Scary. Neighbor. You might want to put a star next to number 11 or circle it because neighbor is always the most misspelled word on this week's list. It's a tricky one because the E comes before the I. Number 12, daily. 13, screen. Now, you know, back in my day, a screen just meant that it was something on the window that kept the flies out. But nowadays, when we think about the word screen, we usually think of like your Chromebook screen or your computer screen. Okay? It also means during coronavirus time, when they screen you when you go in someplace. Like when I would go see my dad at the nursing home, they would have to screen me, meaning that I had to fill out a paper saying that I had not been around anybody, or they'd also take my temperature and things like that. Number 14 is the word police. 15, explain. 16, feature. You might not know what a feature is. Her lovely eyes are her best feature. That's the spelling sentence that they give you. A feature is when you're looking at something particular on a person. It can also mean if you were going to the feature presentation at the movie theater, it would mean the movie that they are showing at that time. 17 is straight. 18, memory. 19, contain. 20, populate. Okay, so we're going to do this page together. So when they want us to sort things, they're going to have us break them into categories here. So our first category are going to be words that are long, they have a long A and a long E sound. All right, so we're looking for words that have a long A and long E. Then in the next section right here, 3 through 10, we are going to find words that have just long A. And 11 through 20, we're finding words that just have long E. Okay, so number 1, in the first category for numbers 1 and 2, these can be very, very tricky. Okay, so number 1 is actually the word 80. Something different about your spelling book, you guys, is that in 5th grade, we had to find a place where kids could always practice their cursive skills. And so when you are writing in your spelling workbook, you always need to write in cursive. Now, if you went to a different school and you didn't learn how to write in cursive, then of course you can print. But most of us went to Herscher Elementary, and so we know how to write in cursive. So you are going to write in cursive whenever you write in your spelling book, okay? But that's the only place in 5th grade that you have to write in cursive, okay? So number 1, your answer is going to be the word 80, okay? Notice how that EI at the beginning, even though it's an EI, it does make the long A sound, okay? Then the Y at the end makes the long E sound, 80. So write that for number 1. 80 is the second most misspelled word on this week's list. It's a tricky one. Number 2, the word is going to be daily. It has the long A and the long E. Again, that Y at the end makes that long E sound. So you're writing in your workbook, as I'm writing in this one, long A. So, long A words. Your first word is going to be the word operate. Number 4, claim. Hear that long A in there? Claim. Number 5 is that tricky word. It's the word freight. E comes before the I in that one. Freight is something that is hauled on a train, like a freight train. You might have heard of that before. Number 6 is the trickiest word on the list. It's the word neighbor. Number 7, explain. Now, if I'm going too fast for you, you can always just pause the video. Number 8, straight. Number 9, contain. And number 10 is populate. Now I'm looking for the words that are long E words for 11 through 20. Okay, so number 11 is going to be the word needle. It's got that double E in the middle that makes that long E sound. Number 12, beneath. (13), foggy. The Y makes that long E sound, foggy. 14, gasoline. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just pause it. 15, complete. 16, scary. Again, that Y at the end makes that long E sound, scary. 17, screen. 18, police. We are very thankful for our police officers. 19, feature. Hear that long E sound. 20, memory. So there are your answers on your first page. That is the Think and Sort page. Now we're going to move on to page 15. Okay? If you still need to write these words down, go ahead and pause it so you can see them. Okay? So on page 15, what we are going to do is we just read the directions over here where it says, write the spelling word that most closely matches each definition. Use the spelling dictionary to check your answers. You only have to use the spelling dictionary if you need help with that. Okay? So we're looking for a spelling word that would mean without curves. Without curves. So for that one, we are going to write the word straight. Remember, we're still writing in cursive. Number 2, 70 plus 10. 70 plus 10 is 80, of course. So on this page, whenever you do the second page in the unit in your spelling book, the second page is always where you're just going to use each spelling word one time. So we're never going to use the word straight or the word 80 again on the rest of this page. Number 3, the word is frightening. What means the same as frightening? Scary. Number 4, if something happens every day, it happens daily. Number 5, the ability to remember. That means you have a good memory. Number 6, to state strongly or to assert means you are going to claim something. Number 7, woven wire. That was what I was talking about earlier. That is called a screen. It helps keep the flies out when you have your windows open. Number 8, to work or control. If you are working something or you are trying to control something, you will operate it. Number 9, to supply with residents. So when people live someplace, like residents are people, okay? So that means you populate. Number 10, if it's misty outside, it is foggy. Okay, numbers 11 through 15, you are going to replace the first syllable in each of the following words to make a spelling word. So, in number 11, if we look at the word labor, what would we do if we replace the first syllable? So the first syllable, labor. So we need to replace lay because that is the first syllable of that word. So what one of our spelling words ends with B-O-R? That would be the very, very tricky one. It's the word neighbor. The next word is the word creature. So cree is the first syllable of that word. So we need to find a word that ends with ture, T-U-R-E. That would be the word feature. Number 13. The word is cradle. So you are going to look for the word that ends with D-L-E, okay? Cradle. So the first syllable is C-R-A. We need to take that off. And what word ends with D-L-E? Yep, it's the word needle. The next word is the word deplete. So we need to take off the D-E part, and what word would end with the P-L-E-T-E? Complete. And number 15, the last word there is retain. Well, re is the first syllable in that word, so we need to find a word that ends with tain, T-A-I-N. So we're going to find the word contain. Okay, now we're working on words 16 through 20. So, in a dictionary, now this section is usually a little bit trickier than the rest of the page. So, in a dictionary, an entry word is respelled to show how to pronounce it. For example, the word screen looks like this. Screen. Write the spelling word for each dictionary respelling below. Check the answers in your spelling dictionary. So use a spelling dictionary if you think it's necessary. Okay? So, police. Okay? See how they spell it out for you in a different way and you sound it out that way? So of course, this one, the answer is going to be police. Number 17, explain. So the word is explain. '18, gasoline. Gasoline. '19, beneath. Beneath. And 20, freight. Freight. Okay, you guys, so we finished 2 pages in our spelling book today, and you did an excellent job. So page 14 and 15, that's all we're working on today. So as long as you have your pages filled in, you are good to go. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.